Hello, everybody. If you want to read all the story's content in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short Story 719, The Evil Nurse, Upper Beginner. In a quiet town, there was a nursing home called Willow House. It was a big old building with green gardens. Old people lived there. They were happy at first, but soon strange things started to happen. Whispers in the halls, shadows at night. Mary was a new nurse at Willow House. She was young and kind. She liked to help the old people. Her boss was Nurse Helen. Helen was old and strict, with grey hair and cold eyes. Mary thought Helen was nice, but something felt wrong. Helen watched everyone too closely. One dark night, Mary heard a scream from room 10. She ran there fast. Old Mr. Jones was in bed, shaking. "Help me," he whispered. "The nurse, she gave me bad medicine. It's not Helen." "Wait, it is!" His eyes went wide. Then he felt still. He was dead. Mary told the doctor. The doctor said it was his heart. He was old. But Mary saw a strange mark on his arm, like a needle, and she remembered Helen leaving the room just before. Helen smiled at Mary, but her smile hid something dark. The next week, Mrs. Smith got very sick. She was a rich lady with a big family. In a weak voice, she told Mary, "Helen wants my money, but watch out for the doctor too. He knows." That night, Mrs. Smith screamed and died. Mary found a small bottle in the trash. It smelled like poison. Her heart raced. Was the doctor helping Helen? Mary was scared now. She watched Helen and the doctor at night. Helen went to rooms with a special tea. The tea made people sleep forever. Why? Mary sneaked into Helen's office. She found papers. Helen killed rich people and changed their wills. The money went to her, but one paper showed the doctor's name too. Were they partners? Mary's hands shook. She told her friend Tom, a policeman. "We need proof," Tom said, "but be careful. Someone follows you." Mary felt eyes on her back. That night, she hid a camera in Mr. Brown's room. He was the richest man there. Suddenly, the lights went out. Mary heard footsteps. It was the doctor. "I know what you did," he said in the dark. Mary ran, but he grabbed her arm. "Helen is my sister. We share the money." Twist. They were family. Mary kicked him and escaped. She changed Mr. Brown's tea to water just in time. Helen came in. "Drink this," she said to Mr. Brown. "It will help you sleep." He drank it. Helen laughed evilly. "Soon your money is ours." The camera recorded it all, but then Helen turned. "Mary, you?" Mary froze. Helen pulled a knife. "You know too much," Mary screamed. Tom and the police burst in. They arrested Helen and the doctor. "You are both evil," Mary said. Helen yelled, "We almost won." The nursing home was safe now. No more shadows. Mary became the new boss. The old people smiled again, but Mary always checked the doors at night. Vocabulary notes. Scream. Definition. A scream is a loud, high-pitched cry or shout, often made when someone is scared, in pain, or very angry. It is a verb to scream or a noun, a scream. Example. One dark night, Mary heard a scream from room 10. This shows how the scream alerts Mary to danger, building suspense. Similar words: shout, a loud call or cry, but not always from fear. Yell, to speak very loudly, often in anger. Cry, a sound of sadness or pain, but quieter than a scream. Poison. Definition: poison is a substance that can harm or kill someone if they eat, drink, or touch it. It is often used in stories to mean something deadly and secret. Example: Mary found a small bottle in the trash. It smelled like poison. Here the poison is the tool Helen uses to kill the old people. Similar words: toxin, a harmful substance, often from nature like in animals. Venom, poison from snakes or insects. Chemical, a man-made substance that can be dangerous if misused. Sneaked. Definition: sneaked is the past tense of sneak, which means to move quietly and secretly so that no one notices you, often to do something wrong or hidden. Example: Mary sneaked into Helen's office. This describes Mary entering quietly to find clues without being seen. Similar words: crept, moved slowly and quietly like on hands and knees. Tiptoed, walked quietly on the toes to avoid noise. Hid, stayed out of sight but not always moving. Arrested. Definition: arrested means to be taken by the police because someone has broken the law. It is the past tense of arrest, which involves stopping and holding a person. Example: they arrested Helen and the doctor. This happens at the end when the police catch the villains based on evidence. Similar words: captured, caught and held, often in stories about criminals or animals. Detained, held by authorities for questioning. Seized, taken suddenly by force. Evil. Definition: evil describes something or someone very bad, wicked, or morally wrong, often causing harm on purpose. Example: you are both evil, Mary said. This word highlights Helen and the doctor's cruel actions. Similar words: wicked, very bad and enjoying harming others. Cruel, causing pain without care. Malicious, intending to hurt or damage someone. Story written by Grok4. Image created by Grok4. To read all the story's content in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. CC Music, Drifting at 432 Hz, Unicorn Heads.
Hey everyone, you know how some stories just grab you right from the very first sentence? Well, today we're going to break down a short, suspenseful tale and really figure out what makes it tick. We're going to see how just a handful of simple, powerful words can build a whole world of mystery and thrill. So let's dive in. Okay, every great story needs a hook, and wow, this one is just brilliant. Right away, we're told that kindness is just a mask for evil. I mean, that one line creates instant tension. It gives us this image of a totally peaceful place and then yanks the rug out from under us, telling us something sinister is hiding right there in plain sight. You just know dark secrets are coming. And here's our setting: Willow House. At first, it sounds lovely, right? A big old building, green gardens. But then the story hits us with these unsettling details, whispers, shadows. This clash between the peaceful and the creepy is such a classic way to build suspense. It makes you feel like something is just deeply wrong here. So here's where the story lays out the main fight, and it does it with two characters. Just look at the contrast. You've got Mary on one side, our hero. She's young, kind, the new kid on the block. And on the other side, Helen, the villain. Older, strict, and those cold eyes, that says it all. This is that classic setup of innocence versus corrupt power, drawing a clear line between good and evil right from the start. And with this one sentence, bam, the story really begins. This isn't just something that happens. This is what kicks everything off. The Dark Knight totally sets the mood. And that scream, that's a direct call to action for our hero, Mary. It tells us something is officially terribly wrong. Let's just pause on that one word for a second. Scream. The writer didn't say shout or cry. They chose scream for a really good reason. I mean, think about it. A scream means intense fear or pain. It's this primal, gut-wrenching sound that puts all of us on high alert. That one word just flips the switch on the mood from kind of unsettling to genuinely dangerous. So Mary rushes in, right? And she finds old Mr. Jones, who gasps out this cryptic final message. He points directly at a nurse, mentions bad medicine, and the way he says it, all fragmented and desperate, it just makes his accusation so much more chilling and real. And here's the thing. We get the official story from the doctor. It was his heart, natural causes. But Mary, our hero, she finds the very first clue that something's not right. That strange mark. And that little question, a needle, it pulls us right into the investigation with her. We start to suspect foul play, just like she does. And now the stakes get way higher. Another potential victim, Mrs. Smith, doesn't just hint at something. Oh no, she names names. She points the finger right at Helen, gives us the motive, money, and then throws in this shocking twist. Watch out for the doctor, too. Just as she was warned, Mrs. Smith is next. But this time, Mary finds the murder weapon. That little bottle in the trash is the smoking gun. And that smell, it confirms her worst fears. Okay, we've gone from, something's weird, to, oh wow, this is definitely murder. Which brings us to our next keyword, poison. Why is this word so powerful in a story? Because poison is never an accident. It's sneaky, it's a betrayal, it's cold and calculated. So by calling it poison, the story is telling us that Helen isn't just a strict boss, she's a murderer. Now Mary gets it. She understands the method. This special tea is how Helen is delivering the poison. Seeing this nightly ritual is the final straw for Mary. Yeah, she's scared, who wouldn't be? But she knows she has to do something to stop more people from sleeping forever. And this is the moment, right here, where Mary's role completely changes. She's not just a passive observer anymore. She's an active investigator. She's taking this huge risk to find the proof she needs to bring Helen down. Let's talk about our hero's action, boiled down to one word, sneaked. She didn't just go into the office, she sneaked. That word is just loaded with tension, isn't it? It tells us she's breaking the rules, the stakes are incredibly high, and she could get caught at any second. This is the action that pushes the story forward. And that risk, it pays off, big time. In Helen's office, Mary finds everything. First, proof that Helen was killing wealthy patients. Second, the motive. She was forging their wills to steal all their money. And third, the huge shocker that confirms the whole conspiracy. The doctor's name, right there on the paperwork. This question just cements everything, doesn't it? It's not just about one evil nurse anymore. This is a partnership. And not just raises the threat level for Mary through the roof. She's not just up against her boss. She's up against a corrupt system inside Willow House. So now that she knows the truth, Mary goes from investigator to strategist. She doesn't freak out. She makes a plan. And look at how smart this is. She gets the police involved. She uses technology to set a trap. She does this incredibly brave thing by swapping the tea. And she goes for the ultimate prize, a confession on camera. What a plan. But of course, no plan is ever that easy. Just as she's setting the trap, you know the scene from every thriller, right? The lights go out, you hear footsteps in the dark, and bam, the villain shows up when she's at her most vulnerable. The showdown is happening way sooner than we thought. And then the doctor drops the biggest bombshell of the entire story. Whoa, they're not just partners, they're family. Helen is his sister. That reveal is huge. It explains everything. why they trust each other, the depth of their conspiracy. This isn't just about greed. It's a twisted family business. But you know what? Even with the doctor showing up, the trap still works. Helen walks right in, totally clueless that she's being filmed, and delivers the perfect villainous confession. Her evil laugh, her words, it's all right there on camera. This is it. The gotcha moment. But it's not over yet. The second Helen realizes she's been caught, she goes from sneaky to violent. The threat becomes real and physical. She pulls a knife on Mary, and then, in perfect dramatic fashion, just as she's about to lunge, the police burst in. Talk about a last-second rescue. And here we have the final consequence, all wrapped up in one word: arrested. This isn't just part of the story, it is the resolution. It means the villain's power is gone and order is finally restored. For the story, this is the moment justice is officially served, and it feels so satisfying. And here's the final showdown in words. Mary gives the final moral judgment, calling them exactly what they are: evil. And Helen's reply? It's not, "I'm sorry." It's, "We almost won." She's not sorry at all. She's just mad she got caught. It's the perfect ending to highlight the story's theme: this fight between pure good and pure evil. So let's just recap how these few simple words built this entire story. The scream kicked everything off. It was the call to action. Poison was the villain's secret weapon that revealed the method. Sneaked was our hero's brave action that drove the whole investigation. Arrested was the consequence, the final resolution. And evil? That defined the entire conflict. With the villains gone, Willow House was finally safe, and our hero, Mary, became its new leader, as she should. And that brings us to our final thought here. This whole incredible journey, the suspense, the fear, the heroism, it was all built on a foundation of simple, powerful words. It really makes you think, doesn't it? What other amazing stories are just hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right words to bring them to life?